Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us, whether you're watching on video or listening on our podcast show. And welcome to another Legal Insight. I'm Jill Bloom, publisher of Roofing Contractor, Walls and Ceilings, and Building Enclosure. I'm always honored to welcome our legal expert, Trent Cotney, the CEO of Cotney Attorneys and Consultants. Trent, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Jill, I'm happy to be here.
So there's no doubt from what we were just talking about before we hit record. I know what's making your phone ring. So can you please just give us the rundown? What happened on Friday with the Court of Appeals?
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's just like boxing. You don't ever want to leave it in the hands of the judges. So the Sixth Circuit, as everyone hopefully knows, they were in the process of reviewing the OSHA Emergency Temporary Standard. There had been a stay that had been issued, and the court, in a 2-1 ruling, lifted the stay and said that the OSHA ETS could move forward. Absolutely shocking ruling. Every pundit, every lobbyist, every lawyer I ever talked to, including myself, we all believe that the Sixth Circuit would apply the law and strike the ETS down. Where does it stand right now? Well, there have already been a series of applications to the U.S. Supreme Court to seek an additional stay pending the Supreme Court's review. I anticipate that we'll hear something on that before the end of the year. But as it stands now, OSHA has spoken up and said, we are extending the deadlines only slightly. You have to comply with all of the OSHA ETS by January 10th. And the only thing that you can wait on is the testing part. You got to make sure that you do February 9th for testing. But the key thing is that the employer has to be able to show that they're making good faith efforts to comply. Okay. So you can't just kick back and say, I'm not going to do anything. And this does kind of bring up some of the things I've said before on this. Regardless of what happens with this, and I wouldn't hedge your bets that the Supreme Court is going to do anything different. At this point, we don't know, right? Is you got to get your policies together. You got to get your ledger together that talks about who's vaccinated and who's not. And remember, just take a step back, Jill, it only applies for employers that have over 100 employees, right? And you have the opportunity to either see they're vaccinated or they have to mask and test, okay? And you got to be able to identify what's what. But absolutely stunning ruling. This is one where I don't know what the Vegas odds were on it, but it definitely did not see that one coming. So shocking end of the year surprise for all of us.
And so tell me again, when do you think we'll hear from the Supreme Court?
I think that there will be a decision on the stay. I would be surprised if we don't hear by the end of the year, given how time sensitive this is. That's just an initial ruling to determine whether or not a stay should be in place. It is entirely possible that the Supreme Court could just say, nah, we're not going to do anything there. And by the way, we're just going to affirm the Sixth Circuit and you guys move on with it. But I would anticipate that the Supreme Court would probably want to weigh in on this. So it's possible it may go past the first of the year, but I think given the emergency nature, we'll hear something here by next couple of weeks, this week or next week.
All right. So, like you said, this is for companies that are 100 and have 100 or more employees. But if you're somebody that has like 80, how long will it take if this happens with these larger companies? How long is it going to take for the smaller companies to be brought into the mix?
So great question, Jill. And actually in the OSHA Emergency Temporary Standard, all 500 pages of it, they actually reference the fact that the next one they're going to look at is between 50 and 100. So they started with 100 because they realized the idea is that it would be easier for them to implement because they're larger. But you can absolutely anticipate that this will trickle down, right? So it will only be a matter of time before it goes all the way down to 10. And who knows? It's hard. You never know what's going to happen, but I do anticipate that the 100 is just the start and that there will be more after that.
All right. Well, we look forward to talking to you again, Trent, once we hear back from the Supreme Court. Never a dull moment with this, with these rulings, that's for sure.
Yep.
But thank you so much for your time, Trent. If anybody has any questions for Trent, it's you can reach him at cotneycl.com. If you have any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com, wconline.com, or buildingenclosureonline.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for free for our e-newsletter. It's free to register for our website, and it's free to sign up for our new e-magazines, which are really cool. So, but most importantly, everyone, happy holidays. And please stay safe and healthy. We look forward to talking to you next time.